Hello. If you can hear me, I would love it if you might be able to say hi to me in the chat. Hello. Hello. We will begin in just a moment. I'd love it if you could say hi to me in the chat. Love it if you could say hi to me in the chat. And that way I know you're with us. That way I know you're with us. So we'll begin in just a moment. Oh, I see somebody has joined us. Let me know if you might say hi in the chat, then I can just give you a shout out. I actually think, Loving Rose, that you are able to see me. It's just playing live. So look for underneath. It should say live. Something's flashing live. I don't know if you can see that. So we'll begin in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to get us all started, and here's how we're going to do it. I am going to hopefully this works. I'm going to share my screen, and then I am going to walk you through getting all of the sensory items set up. And remember, this is a date with self-compassion. This next part is going to be 20 minutes, the sensory compassion ritual, the sensory experience ritual. And then we are going to go into a 15-minute guided visualization, and then followed by a 5 to 10-minute question answer. And if you are still kind of running around getting your bath ready or things like that, that's quite all right. Just turn the volume up, or maybe put an earbud on your ears. And I will be here, and I will be encouraging you to get your bath ready and get everything going for yourself today. I am going to go ahead and start, but again, it's a 20-minute visual sensory ritual. So you will be able to be with us as we do this. So here we go. I'm gonna get this going. Okay. Welcome to Romancing the Senses with the focus on rose and the rose quartz crystal. We are now settled in with all our sensory items as we'll experience going through all 7 senses with tea, a treat, something soft, something beautiful, while you are taking a bath. We are going to be guided into profound unconditional love and self-compassion, and then have a little more time afterwards to just settle in. You know what? It looks like we are still missing a few people, so I'm not going to start just yet. Almost. So let's see. Until I hear from Loving and Diana and a few others in the chat, then I'll go ahead and start. Okay, remember, just go ahead and say hi to me in the chat. So you'll see where it says live chat on there. I had 2 other ways, but believe me, they were far more complicated than this. Okay, we're almost ready. I could have just had us do this on Zoom, but just in case, I didn't want us to have the worrisome problem of maybe my video or audio might accidentally start. Okay, so it's 3 over underneath. It says 0 dislike live chat. So under live chat, just say hi or wave to me or something like that, so I know you're in. Okay. Well, without further ado, I will go ahead and begin. So this is, again, a 20-minute sensory mindfulness ritual that will be beginning. And then we're going to then have a 15-minute visualization, and then concluding with a 5 to 10-minute chat or question and answer. Welcome to Romancing the Senses with the focus on rose and the rose quartz crystal. We are now settled in with all our sensory items as we'll experience going through all 7 senses with tea, a treat, something soft, something beautiful, while you are taking a bath. We are going to be guided into profound unconditional love and self-compassion, and then have a little more time afterwards to just settle in with the hertz and binaural beats to really soak in that sense of compassion. So the reason why we want to have this profound sensory experience is to be in the moment so profoundly with mindfulness. This presence in the moment will elicit such peace of mind and nothing of pleasure. Let's start with one of the senses that you might not hear as the typical 5. This is what I would call the 7th sense. And I'm starting with this first because this is what we're going to be putting our attention on before we actually just really dive in and begin. This is the external environment sense, an external felt sense, where you take in the sensation of the space around you, or for lack of a better word, the vibe. So if you happen to have some salt soak or some clutter around your bathtub area, just kind of change that and shift the lighting and get that all ready. So that space, that external environment, you're making it welcoming and loving and beautiful for this experience, because this is all about nurturing you and feeling the profound compassion within you and for you. And if you have some Epsom salts, now's a good time to do that and fill your bathtub. And we can pause here for a moment. Just let me know, or pause the audio track. You are now going to make sure that you have something lovely to feel next to you. This is felt next to your bathtub. It could be the experience of soaking in and getting into that warm water. And if you haven't gotten into the warm water yet, let's do that now. Let's really just dip our feet in to the welcoming body temperature water that just nourishes you and allows your body to just take one deep sigh of relaxation. You are going to have your rose quartz crystal next to you, or a beautiful fabric. Maybe one of your pets is near you in this space. Or perhaps you have indulged in some rose petals in the water. Wherever you are and whatever you're touching and feeling, I want you to notice the temperature. Notice it within your body and notice it outside of your body. Notice the space between where your body ends and the object that you are sensing begins. That is where mindfulness lives. If you are touching an object, notice the texture. If you're touching a rose quartz crystal, notice the coldness and the smooth exterior. Or if you are touching a beautiful, soft, velvety fabric. Or maybe you're touching the side of the bathtub and you feel the cold porcelain. Perhaps you're touching the petals of a flower. Feel that smooth, silky, waxy texture. Describe any adjectives that come to mind in your mind's eye. We are now going to be moving into the sense of smell. Almost instinctively, the first thing we do as humans when we touch something is we bring it up to our nose to smell. It is our natural, innate curiosity. Again, in your mind's eye, notice any adjectives that come to mind to describe this favorite essential oil, or perhaps vanilla extract you brought, or perhaps the flower that's next to you, or even the cup of tea. When you bring it up to your nose, inhale with short, curtailed inhalations. You don't want to take a gigantic, huge inhale, as this actually floods the olfactory bulb. When you take this short inhale, notice the air moving through your mouth and nostril and being received. And then exhale. And again, just notice the senses. Notice if your body is being drawn closer to the object you are smelling or being pulled back. Notice if the scent lands in your body any particular place. Notice if there's anything shifting within you as you sense this, if there's any transformation. Sometimes aromas make us feel calm. In the case of rose, it can actually decompress angst and make us feel gentle and soothed. Some aromas make us feel happy and excited, and some just trigger our taste buds and get our juices salivating. Above all, as you inhale the scent, notice and sense the feeling of pleasure. If you haven't already, dab a little bit of this beverage or extract or oil or perfume on your wrist or on the top of your hand so you can smell it while you're in the bath. Perhaps you have already scented the water that you are soaking in. But keep that sense of smell and notice that it doesn't just stay there. It comes in wafts here and there throughout this sensory experience. Perhaps you have gotten your salivary glands moving through the scent experience. And if you have your hot tea or beverage next to you, go ahead and pick it up and hold that beautiful vessel and just even notice the texture and sense of that and take a sip. And notice where that liquid hits first on your tongue and how it moves all the way back toward the throat, and how your breathing shifts when you take a sip. Notice the sensation of the liquid moving through you, and then as you notice that, you can then reinterpret how the flavor changes at different parts of the tongue. When it first hits the very tip of your tongue, it is going to have a different interpretation than in the sides or the back. See if you can sense that right now. And be present without labeling anything good or bad. Just notice. Sometimes with teas, we might pick up sweet or sour or savory or bitter. If you're drinking wine, you might sense the tart or aromatic or sweet or savory or citrus. And any beverage for that matter, even water, will have its own unique sensations as it moves through the different sections of your mouth. Once you have touched the vessel that you were holding, you'll notice that first. But the very next thing the human senses take in is the smell before the taste buds are even activated. And that's because you have olfactory receptors in your mouth. So you're actually smelling the liquid, smelling the beverage, smelling the food as you are tasting it. And that scent will inform your taste. And as you have that beverage in your mouth, just savor. Take a moment and savor. All these steps may feel a bit pulled out time-wise, but that's what mindfulness is. It's being in the profound moment where we are singularly focusing on one aspect. It takes profound focus, but this is actually a habit and a skill that you are building to increase your sense of pleasure in every moment, in everything you do. So bear with me and take the time to do all of this sensing and noticing and describing, because it builds the muscle of being in the moment. When we are in the profound moment, we are allowing and we are surrendering. And that is the sensation of compassion. You may have your treat next to you, perhaps a piece of chocolate or a strawberry or a piece of fruit, an avocado bite or a cucumber bite. As you pick it up and bring it to your mouth, the very first moment that you begin to taste something is as you're holding it. Yes, your fingers actually are now triggering enzymes that are activated in your digestive system to let you know how to sense this food item. Anticipation is as much a part of the sensory experience as the actual experience. And all women know about this when it comes to sexy time. So as the food is brought to the mouth, the very first thing you are going to be doing with it is actually smelling it from within your mouth. And then the second thing you will notice is the texture. Is it smooth? Is it soft? Is it juicy? Is it kind of crunchy on the outside and gooey on the inside? Let your mind feel rich and exploratory and curious with adjectives. And notice as many different aspects of this bite as possible. Again, just like we did with the beverage, notice how it lands on the tongue and creates different sensations. This is really taking in and allowing your body to really sense pleasure in a fully present and intentional way. And now for my favorite aspect with a decadent beverage and delicious bite is to place that next bite in your mouth and then take a sip of the beverage while that bite is already in your mouth, and allow the warmth of the beverage or the liquid of the beverage to begin to melt and dissolve that food, and allow the flavors to mingle and tingle and meld together as they become one sensation. I love doing this with chocolate and tea. As you start to feel the silkiness of the chocolate as the tea begins to melt that chocolate on your tongue. Each moment, each second of this experience is delectable. At this point in the mindfulness experience, you are actually sensing all 7 senses at once. You are hearing my voice, tasting, savoring, looking around you, seeing the environment, feeling the vibe you have created, noticing the sensation within you, your 6th sense, the feeling, the textures, the sounds, and the smells. The more we have the opportunity to practice having this multisensory experience in every intentional moment is actually the secret recipe to bringing yourself into a flow state. This is actually what allows you to transcend time and space, to becoming the version of yourself you most want to be. And this sense leads us into our internal environment, this 6th sense, if you will. And I really love this sense because it allows you to visualize. And the thing about it is that you are empowered to declare the internal environment within you. You are the empowered one. No one can make you feel something without your permission. Most often, our internal environment is felt purely by habit. And so habitually, we say, they made me feel, or this put me in a bad mood. But nothing happens without your decision. So now, with our mindfulness practice, we can be aware of what it feels like to deliberately choose our internal environment. And right now, we are choosing the environment, the internal felt sense of calm, relaxation, and peace. Because you are saying these things within your mind. Again, I sense pleasure. I sense satisfaction. I sense peace. I sense ease. I sense warmth. I sense comfort. And this is something that can be deliberately chosen even when the external environment around you might say otherwise. Thank you for diving deep in with me and being so patient to really explore all 7 senses for nothing more than to really experience the pleasure of being in the moment. Relax even deeper now as you prepare to travel on a guided visualization, incorporating all of these senses and moving into more of a meditative state. Well, thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope that that was a really delectable experience for you. And if you haven't already gotten in the bathtub, and that's why I'm doing this on YouTube. So again, you don't accidentally see somebody or yourself with the video on or unmute if, these things happen. But I wanted you to have the opportunity to really just be present and be fully in your senses and so profoundly in the moment and so profoundly on a date with yourself for compassion and just sort of hearing my voice lead you through this next meditation. Soak in. And also, I wanted to let you know that if you are not taking a bath, that's okay. Just surround yourself with a candle or something really relaxing, a cozy, warm blanket. And I will be beginning the meditation now. And I am going to try this is something new for me to play the audio while also extracting the music from a different source. So keep in touch with me through the live chat and let me know how that works, and settle in for a delicious, yummy sensory experience of visualization. So here we go. This is going to take 2 minutes, so just hang in there. Okay, maybe 1 minute. We'll begin the meditation in just a moment. Around you. If you settle in and notice your body against the environment around you. If you are in the notice where your body ends and the last time it ends. If you have chosen to sit in a chair or laying down, notice where you end and the furniture around you ends. Notice the texture upon which your body rests. And begin to bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet and the base of your spine. And then see that be like roots energetically, like a system or like, and it's anchoring through the floor of the earth into the foundation of where you are using. See those roots moving down with each exhale. Those roots sink deeper into the ground and deeper and deeper into the earth. As you are now anchored and tethered into a place that is alive and nourishment. This is a meditation that cultivates flows of taste. And this is the foundation and the foundation of loving God as it begins to root and climb these tones. See them dancing around
the depth of Mother Earth. She transforms all. And here she is, bringing nourishment to that spark and the sensations that reside in those tendrils, in those roots that go to your lifeline. All that is not needed, all that you are willing to let go of, the extra stressors of life, all that you have to take care of, all that you have to do, let it go and give it up to Mother Earth. She now transmutes and takes this space and uses it as a fertile ground for her own nourishment. She is powerful and strong that way. She can transmute this into nourishment and purify senses. She has now transformed all that no longer serves you into light. And the light of Mother Earth travels back up those tunnels through the many layers of sand and stone and mountain. The history of our planet, which you are served with animal hunger. His DNA is now being transformed as the light moves back up through the sand and the cells in the base of your spine. Breathe that light and nourishment back up as you do a body scan backwards from your feet. With each inhale, you are pulling that light, that nurturing, loving, accepting, compassionate, divine. Breathe that light up and exhale it through the body. Breathe it up and exhale it through the body. Transforming, transcending, nourishing any places of stagnation, any place where there are blocks, any places where not complete. See this light, this beautiful, luminous, pale pink that just nourishes and surrounds and relaxes every part of the body, every tight muscle is nourished and loved with this gorgeous, feminine, divine mother light and vibration. And now that light moves up your neck and into your head, and all thought is paused because you are now embodying divine feminine qualities of that rose quartz, which is all about receiving and nourishing. And that light is now this open blossom with the petals of the rose at the top of your head, lifting it up to the light of the sun. And that sun shines its nourishment down upon the buds and petals. And as it does, you bring your attention to the classroom, inherently still, that gorgeous sweet softness of hers. Just a faint whiff of powder and exotic, off-putting, followed by warm, caressing that supports and comfort and hold light and love. You are the rose quartz. You are sturdy and strong like the crystal, yet you are tender and gentle, soft like the petals of rose. You belong, you matter, and you are enough. And this dialogue of tenderness, wellness, wafts through like the scent of a rose create a beautiful summer evening. You are loved, and you are adored, and you are accepted profoundly, just for being, just for listening. See that love represents you, and if you're in that, feel the water like eggs and all parts of you. And if you are sitting outside of water, notice the sensation of petals folding in on you like a warm, comforting blanket. As you are a child and you are being nurtured profoundly by the mothering energy of Holy Spirit. It welcomes you, it adores you, and it accepts you fully. You are perfection. And as you inhale deeply the softness and the fruitiness, the floral aroma, you become part of the rose in this pleasure garden, where the wind dances around your petals with delight and joy. You are surrounded by a community of other beautiful buds and roses. You majestically lift your light, your blossoms to the sun and receive its radiance, because you have nothing to do but to beam with delight, to bask in beauty, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be adored and be admired, just because you breathe. And you become aware not just of all the other things around you, but of the perfection of yourself. And you know there's nothing more you have to do or prove or be to be worthy of the sun coming towards you and inhaling that aroma. There is nothing more you have to do to appreciate the gorgeous beauty within you. You are meant to shine. Your gentleness is an inspiration. Your tenderness is a balm. Your sweetness is comfort. And you are an aromatic garden that soothes all the souls who come here. And you are an integral part of all the other buds here in this hedge that divides time and space. You are part of the rose bush, in a delightful sense of pride. Because you matter, because you are worthy, because you belong, because you are fit to defy beings around you and appealing and alluring to all who know you. Bring your senses now back into the body of you as the witness. Bring your senses now back into the stem of your rose, which brings nourishment and nutrients to the ancients. It provides them with vitamin C that strengthens their immunity and gives them the resilience to withstand the rest of winter. You are this nourishing light. Your petals begin to fall, and from these gorgeous petals and leaves, others can create perfumed oils and the lotions and waters, because your scent can be enjoyed far and wide. Even after your petals have been released, there is so much you bring that you don't yet even fully acknowledge. Just let go of all judgments and ideas about yourself that don't serve this gorgeous pleasure garden. That was not. You are meant to receive life, even when you do not a thing. It's removing the judgment. That is the key. Seeing your delight in this moment. That is what sends your molecular aroma outwards. And that gorgeous vibration is a gift to others. The key is to let it go and accept what it is without judgment. That is the compassion to be perfect and to be the embodiment of divine. She says the truth. She speaks with compassion and gentleness. And notice again the environment around you, and come back into the body you have come. Wiggle your toes and your hands, and take with you the beautiful learnings and insights about the true nature of who you are and how you are. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes and sense the delights that exist around you. And we are now smiling our beautiful rosebud smiles because we are playing in the garden together. Thank you. Thank you for your willingness. Thank you for your presence. Thank you.
How was that experience for you? I would love to hear any insight or feedback you might have. And if you have the ability to place it in the chat, I can see that and respond to you. See here. pause for a moment longer because the program is just a second or two behind. So if you're still with me and you wanted to share anything in the chat, I am here. I would love to hear any feedback you might have. If that felt nourishing to you, if you took a bath, if you didn't take a bath, if you were able to, oh, great. Thank you, Diana. So both of them came through clearly, I'm guessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. And let's see. So I am going to wait another moment or two if anyone has any other comments about how your meditation went, whether you took a bath. I would love to just support you and also to let you know that this will be on, I will archive this on YouTube. Well, I will send it to you. So if you participated today, I will send you this recording. And after today, I'm going to unlist this. So only the people that had registered will get to receive it. And stay tuned because we're going to do this again for each chakra every time we release it. So this month we released rose quartz, and it's all things rose quartz and a whole sensory thing with it. Oh, thank you, Diana. I'm hoping it was still very nourishing even without a bath. But now you know you can always take a bath and have it ready for you next time. So I am going to bid you adieu. Again, this was less than an hour just to get some items together to have the full sensory experience and to listen to a meditation. And you could do this anytime with anything. And I just welcome you. If you want to stay where you are and soak in some more self-compassion, I just pulled up YouTube. The hertz were anywhere between 400 and 600, 625, I think. And yes, thank you, Kristen. Yeah, my voice was there. There was a better way to do this. And unfortunately, because I was using I couldn't stream both the music and my audio at the same time. So I had to do it from different devices. I know how to do this better, but you know, it's all good. So I think I'm going to take a bath too, because I bought all kinds of rose petals to actually take the bath with. And I have everything all ready. So I am actually going to do that. I will talk to you all later. And again, thank you again for joining me on this wonderful date. And thank you for choosing yourself for self-compassion. Good night.